A very beautiful evening to you, and thank you for joining us on the major news on Atlantic Television Network. The headlines: Rivers State Police arrest man for defiling minor. Ondo APC warns aspirants against ill utterances. President Tinubu depart Abuja Tuesday. FJ moves crude transport via trucks, barges. Russia arrests 4 suspects over Moscow attack. Bucky Wright returns to Nollywood. Oshala to arrive Super Falcons camp Thursday. Pleasant evening to you, and thank you once again for joining us on the Global News. I am Angel. Welcome, and now the major stories on the Global News. Rivers State Police Command has confirmed the arrest of one Chigozie Okpara, a suspected homosexual. Police PPRO SP Grace Ringe Ikoko said the suspect, who is already in custody, will be prosecuted. Recall that members of a local vigilante group in Oko Jago community in Transamadi, Port Harcourt, River State arrested Chigozie Okpara, a suspected homosexual, on Sunday night for allegedly having carnal knowledge of an underage boy. A resident of the area told newsmen that the man, who is in his 40s, said he worked with a security company in Port Harcourt and usually lured his victims with food and snacks into his house before defiling them. The source, who spoke on condition of anonymity, said during interrogation by the vigilante, the man confessed that he is a homosexual and that he had been perpetrating the act while he was living in Lagos State before relocating to Port Harcourt 2 years ago. A political analyst, Emi Ferra, has accused the River State Governor, Sim Fubara, of gross misconduct over his refusal to present 2024 budget to the recognized River State House of Assembly. Speaking on ATN Open Air, Emi Faha maintained that it is a constitutional duty of the Assembly to checkmate and guide the incumbent government against any perceived interests, actions or inactions contrary to the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
The Assembly is very explicit here. What their gross is. They are telling you that if the incumbent governor, Governor Simfubara, fails to follow the provisions of the law that made him governor, then they are going to invoke what the law says, not even what the law says. Because the Constitution makes it very clear. You are a governor, you are not a despot. Elected through the processes as stipulated by a written law, which is our broad norm. And the law expected you that you present an appropriation to the constituted State House of Assembly. And the state will now endorse or reject whatever thing that you presented to them. In the case they endorse it, they will transmit it to you for an assent, and it becomes an appropriation law. Absence of this becomes illegality or constitutional act, as we been displayed by the incumbent governor of Rivers State.
On his part, a constitutional lawyer, Asim Adam, said the State Assembly is empowered by the Constitution to begin an impeachment process against the governor if it perceived the enemy's conduct.
Knows that this kind of question is going to pop up. What is gross misconduct? Then you go down to section 188 sub 11. That is where gross misconduct was described. You know, by the same Constitution, that gross misconduct is a brazen breach of the constitutional provisions, number one. then with a proviso that and any other conduct that the House perceive, you understand, that is the House of Assembly perceive in their own opinion, not my opinion, not anybody's opinion, not governor's opinion, you know, to be a gross misconduct.
Recall that the Rivers State House of Assembly recently said it will not hesitate to impeach the state governor, Sim Fubara, if it becomes the last resort to uphold the Constitution. Gunmen suspected to be Fulani herdsmen have kidnapped a yet-to-be-identified group of students traveling along the east-west and Ughelli North Local Government area of Delta State. It was gathered that the students were in a Sienna vehicle when they were hijacked while coming from Calabar at the Mweri axis of the east-west road. According to a security source, the Sienna conveying the group of students coming from Calabar in Cross River State was hijacked Friday night within the Mweri axis, and the kidnappers are demanding a ransom of 10 million naira. It will be recalled that on February 24, 8 persons who were returning from Benin City, Edo State to Yenagua were kidnapped from a coaster bus along Ughelli Patani Road, Ughelli North, by unknown gunmen, after which 3 female and 1 male was released. Police from Ughelli A Division visited the scene of crime, though it could not be ascertained if other 3 persons were rescued or released on a later date. When contacted, the Delta State Police Public Relations Officer SP Adafe Bright, in a text message, said he is not aware. Akwa Ibom State Governor Pastor Umo Eno has assured the citizens that his administration remains dedicated to tackling the economic challenges being currently faced in the country. Eno, who said these in his maiden Easter broadcast titled "He Rose That We May Arise," regretted that the headwinds of harsh economic atmosphere arising from fuel subsidy removal has affected everyone, especially those on the lower ranks of economic ladder. He noted that, however, when nations and subnationals were confronted with their economic circumstances, the leaders must devise means of addressing the needs of the people. He explained that since assumption of office, his administration has put in place measures to tackle the harsh economic realities people are currently facing by showing compassion and attention to the most vulnerable and neediest class in the state. Governor Eno, who reiterated his appreciation to the people for massively electing him into office, assured them that he would do all he could do to live up to the faith and trust they repose in him. 3 students of the University of Calabar, the Cross River State capital, had been kidnapped by criminals. The students were reportedly kidnapped from their hostels on Thursday night. Police spokesperson in the state, SP Irene Uwe, told newsmen that the command, alongside other security agencies, has been doing everything possible to ensure the safe release of the 3 students. The 3 students, according to a source from the school, are Ojang Precious Ebenjin, 200-level students of the Department of Medicine and Surgery, Ugu Chukwemeka, a 300-level students of the Department of Genetics and Biotechnology, and Damilola Dixon, a final year students of the same department. Ambassador Dr. N.S. Ifani Governor, so sorry about that, the mix-up. Governor Alex Oti of Abia State has declared that the era of tampering with local government funds in the state is over. This is as he has waded into the rift between traders at Ariaria International Market and a developer engaged by the previous administration to remodel this market. The governor said he got complaints from some of the original shop owners that the contractor was trying to sell their shops to money bags. The remodeling of the A-line at Ariara International Market was initiated by the administration of the immediate past Governor Okezie Bazo Oti. Oti, who spoke with newsmen in Umuahia, said he would not allow the original shop owners at the market to be shortchanged for any reason. The governor insisted that justice demands that the original shop owners should be given the first right of refusal before new persons will be allowed to buy. African Democratic Congress on Monday challenged Imo State Governor Hope Uzodinma to conduct local government elections in the state to prove if the ruling or Progressive Congress APC is popular in the state. National Vice Chairman of ADC Southeast Chilos Gossent gave this challenge while speaking to newsmen in Owerri about local government administration in the state. Gossent said he was worried because for the past 16 years, previous and the current administration did not conduct local government elections. No fewer than 6 persons were feared killed when armed men suspected to be members of a rival court groups allegedly attacked some areas in Awka, the Anambra State capital. It was gathered that the attacks took place in Okpuno area around Ekoka and Obinago. A similar incident was also said to have happened at opposite DK Park around Eke Oka Market, all in Awka, the state capital. Although the actual casualty figure could not be immediately obtained, sources in the area said the victims were on their way for a picnic and other social functions when the rampaging armed men stormed the area in their numbers and started shooting. The reason for the shooting has yet to be officially ascertained, but sources in the area said the rampaging armed men might have engaged one another in a supremacy battle. State Police Public Relations Officer SPE Kenga Tochukwu, when contacted, could not confirm the incident, as he said there was no such report before him. Police in Enugu State of Manda sought the support of public-spirited individuals, groups and organizations for the family of a police corporal whose wife was delivered of a set of triplets on March 21. Helen, wife of Corporal Kingsley Nnaman, is serving in Nsukka Urban Division of the Nigerian Police Force, was successfully delivered of 3 bouncing baby boys. The new arrivals brought the number of the couple's children to 4, as they had a 2-year-old daughter before the new arrivals. Leading the campaign for support, Commissioner of Police in Enugu State, Kanayo Ozuebu, noted that the delivery marked a recurring and amazing phenomenon in the police command in Enugu State. The police commissioner described the great gift as good omen for the police and for Enugu State in general, and enjoined people of goodwill to support the corporal and its family. Public Affairs Oscar Ime Abbey has attributed the plan by the All Progressive Congress to review the suspension of its stakeholders as a political move in preparation of the forthcoming 2027 general elections in Nigeria. Speaking on Atlantic Television Open Conversation, Ime Abbey stated that the plan is not in the interest of the masses, rather for the political party and its members.
Those persons that were already I think Geoffrey, the former Minister for Foreign Affairs, and Ken Namani and the rest of them, they actually have their own. They should allow them to go and establish themselves. If APC is thinking about 2027, which is the purpose why the current, I think, Deputy Speaker of the House of Rep, the former spokesman of House of Rep, Benjamin Kalu, also do the same by going to Abia State to see how they can be able to bring back already aggrieved members of the political party to see how they will unite themselves and come back to work against the current governor in 2027. Reason being that they felt challenged that the current situation or the current government in place is actually doing so much to attract the sympathy or attention of the people. So going by that, it is also very important for them to come together as a political party. And one of his statements, if I should quote Benjamin Kalu, one of his statements was that they were going to make sure that APC win election in 2027 in Abia State. I think this is just the reorientation mindset that is going on among APC chieftains.
He also criticized the politicians for vesting much time on party activities instead of the masses.
Unfortunately, what we discuss more in Nigeria's system of government is politics and not governance. Our politicians pay more attention on political members, concentrate more on reintegrating already lost members, instead of thinking about how you can be able to attract development to the people. The level of attention put on political issues by government, it's also a thing that raises so many concerns to some of us. If those persons that were already, I think Geoffrey, the former Minister for Foreign Affairs, and Ken Namani and the rest of them, they actually have their own, they should allow them to go and establish themselves. If APC is thinking about 2027, which is the purpose why the current, I think, Deputy Speaker of the House of Rep, the former spokesman of House of Rep, Benjamin Kalu, also do the same by going to Abia State to see how they can be able to bring back already aggrieved members of the political party, to see how they will unite themselves and come back to work against the current governor in 2027. Reason being that they felt challenged that the current situation or the current government in place is actually doing so much to attract the sympathy or attention of the people. So going by that, it is also very important for them to come together as a political party. And one of his statements, if I should quote Benjamin Kalu, one of his statements was that they are going to make sure that APC win election in 2027 in Abia State. I think this is just the reorientation mindset that is going on among APC chieftains.
Recall that Enugu State All Progressive Congress at the weekend announced the party's readiness at all times to welcome new members and possibly reintegrate those previously suspended or expelled stakeholders. Lagos State Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu has rejoiced with Nigerians, particularly Christians and Lagos residents, as they celebrate this year's Easter. Speaking to journalists after attending the combined special prayers for Nigeria and President Bola Tinubu in commemoration of the Easter and Ramadan celebrations at Lagos House, Ikeja, Governor Sanwo-Olu urged Lagos residents to be peaceful and keep the peace and tranquility that Lagos is known for. He urged Nigerians and Christians in particular to reflect on the sacrifice and love that Jesus Christ showed to mankind through his crucifixion and resurrection. Governor Sanwo-Olu appreciated Lagosians for their patience and understanding, and he said, and I quote, "I want to wish all Lagosians happy celebration of Easter as we have just ended the Christian and Lenten season." Speaking on his administration's commitment to make life better for all Lagos residents, Governor Sanwo-Olu said his government has put in place many intervention programs in the areas of health, public transportation, food and food security to ease the economic hardship. Federal Safety Corps says 2 persons sustained injuries in an auto crash on the Awara-Badagry Expressway in Lagos State on Monday. FRSC Commander Badagry Unit William Manga, who confirmed this to newsmen, said the accident occurred at about 12:54 a.m. According to Manga, the command was informed around 12:57 a.m. with officers arriving at the scene of the incident of the accident involving a car and a truck. The FRSC official linked the crash to speeding and wrongful overtaking. Manga therefore urged motorists plying the Abara-Badagry Expressway to be conscious of the single lane presently in use. He also advised them to adhere strictly to the speed limit and conduct routine checks on their vehicles for prompt detection and correction of faults. Ogun State Police Command has confirmed that armed bandits intercepted at a Abakaliki-bound luxury bus, robbed all passengers on board and then set it ablaze. The travelers were set to be on their way to the southeast for Easter celebration when the incident happened. Spokesperson of Ogun State Police Command, SP Omolola Odutola, confirmed the incident. She said the incident happened at Okeado Junction at Ijebu Mushin along the Ijebu-Ode or Benin Expressway, where a luxury Mercedes-Benz bus was burnt down by armed bandits. It was further gathered that the passengers smashed the glass windows and jumped out of the bus before it was completely consumed by fire. Also confirming the incident, the management of Ifesinachi Transport Nigeria Limited said the attacked bus belonged to the company and that the vehicle took off from Maza-Maza, Lagos on Good Friday en route to Abakaliki, Ebonyi State, saying that he was in shock over the incident. Ogun State Police Commander Mane confirmed that gunmen shot a man dead in front of his house in Abeokuta, the state capital. Command's Public Relations Officer SP Omolola Odutola stated that 2 gunmen alighted from an unregistered Toyota Corolla vehicle and shot the man in his head as he was lounging in front of his house on Sunday. The assailant, she said, fled the scene immediately. She stated that upon hearing gunshots, neighbors raised an alarm and placed a call to the police to report the incident. Police got to the scene and found a man lifeless in a pool of his own blood, she also stated. Odutola added that doctors at the State Hospital of Abeokuta confirmed the man dead and the body was deposited at the hospital's morgue for autopsy. She stated that no arrest has been made, but the investigations had gone underway. Attorney General and Commissioner for Justice in Ondo State, Kayode Ajolo, has disclosed that he has appointed no fewer than 273 advisors. Ajolo stated that the advisors will work closely with him as aides in order to enhance what he described as ethical legal services to the state. In a statement, the senior advocate of Nigeria stated that the appointed aides were categorized as honorary and technical advisors. The Commissioner for Justice, who was recently appointed by Governor Aidatiwa, added that aides are all lawyers, including junior legal practitioners. According to him, part of the attacks will be to lend their support to him through a multitude of ideas while serving the government and people of the state. All Progressive Congress Ondo State chapter has a task aspirant to the party's ticket in the April 20 primary election to avoid utterances that could hit the polity. In his Easter message to members on Monday in Akure, the party's state publicity secretary, Alex Kale-Jaye, said its focus remained to support a conducive atmosphere for the emergence of a popular candidate. According to Kale-Jaye, the party is waxing stronger, intimidating to other political parties, and is the most organized and viable party in the state. He applauded the loyalty and commitment of its leaders and members thus far, assuring its team members of better days ahead. Kale-Jaye, the party, was optimistic that Nigeria's economy would get better soon. Osun State Monarch Oluwo of Iwo Oba Abdulrasheed Adewale Akombi has warned government officials and political office holders against hoarding palliatives meant for the people. Akombi said that officials involved in the act are cursed and would incur the wrath of God. The monarch issued the warning while speaking with journalists during the distribution of food items to the less privileged in Iwon on Monday. Oba Akombi also called on rich Nigerians to reach out to the poor in their communities, calling on other tradition rulers to act as a link between the government and the people. He also advocated for one-on-one meetings between the tradition rulers and their subjects. 4 witnesses at the Kogi State Election Petition Tribunal sitting in Abuja on Monday disowned their depositions before the panel. The 4 witnesses from Adavi local government area of the state gave the evidence for the Social Democratic Party before the 3-member panel of justices led by Justice Adobini Kudu. The witnesses, when called, gave virtually the same narration regarding what transpired where they voted, even though they were in different polling units during the November 11, 2023 governorship poll. The tribunal adjourned the matter until April 2 after Jibrin Okutekpa sought an adjournment. While Kano Agabi represented the Independent National Electoral Commission, Ibrahim Sani Mohammed appeared for Governor Usman Ododo, and Abdul Wahib Mohammed represented the All Progressive Congress at the sitting. It should be recalled that the SDP is challenging the victory of Governor Ododo of the APC in the November 11, 2023 governorship election in the state. Federal Road Safety Corps said on Monday that 13 persons died while 2 were injured in an auto crash in Kogi. Samuel Oyedeji, Kogi FRSC sector commander, told the news agency of Nigeria that the incident occurred at around 7:30 p.m. on Sunday. It is disclosed that the accident involving a commercial Sharon bus and an articulated cement truck occurred by Obajana Market along Obajana Lokoja Road in Lokoja local government area of Kogi. The sector commander said the Sharon bus had parked behind a truck around the market for passengers to buy some things when the cement truck lost its brake and rammed into it from behind. The sector commander, who described the incident as very sad and unfortunate, cautioned motorists against speeding and poor maintenance of their vehicles. Court Marshals Federal Road Safety Corps BU has directed the Kogi sector commander of the corps to commence a detailed investigation which will lead to the prosecution of drivers responsible for a crash in the state. The prosecution of the drivers will be carried out due to the recent collaboration between the courts, the Nigeria Bar Association and the state judiciary. This was contained in a statement signed by the FRSC spokesperson Jonas Agu on Monday. According to the statement, the crash that occurred on Sunday involved a total of 4 vehicles comprising 2 Dangote trucks, 1 Sharon bus and 1 motorbike. One of the Dangote trucks' braking systems failed while at excessive speed and crashed into 3 stationary vehicles, including a bus carrying 12 passengers. University of Ilorin has expelled or rusticated 19 students involved in various offences. The offences range from misconduct, theft, examination malpractice, hostel-based paid racketeering, extortion and assault to admission racketeering. Those expelled included 6 final year students. The Vice Director of Corporate Affairs, Kunle Akongo, stated at Ilorin on Monday. Majority of the students expelled were either in their first year, second, third or fourth year in school. While some of the students were expelled, others were rusticated either for 1 academic session or for 1 semester. Governor Abdullahi Sule of Nasarawa State has said his administration's strategy is to bolster the state's contributions to the Federation account through the development of agriculture and mining sectors. Speaking in a chat with newsmen, Sule stated that the state's commitment to diversifying its revenue sources beyond reliance on monthly allocations from the Federation. The governor identified agriculture, mining and oil and gas as key sectors being rigorously pursued to enhance Nasarawa State's contributions to the Federation account. Governor Sule also disclosed plans to engage youth in the mechanized agriculture on a vast expanse of land, aiming to boost food production and create employment opportunities. He stated the potential of the mining sector, pointing out the establishment of a lithium processing plant in collaboration with Chinese companies. Kano State Hospital's Management Board has sacked 3 staff members of Kabuk General Hospital and suspended 3 others for alleged extortion. The sacking and suspension of the affected staff were approved by the Executive Secretary of the Board, Dr. Mansiu Naguda, after an unscheduled visit to the facility. This is contained in a statement by the Public Relations Officer of the Hospital's Management Board, Samira Suleiman, on Monday. According to the statement, 3 officers of the X-ray unit were caught charging patients 12,000 naira for x-rays against the approved hospital price of 2,000 naira and no document to show as evidence of payment, leaving the facility to carry out less than 10 x-rays per week, despite the fact that the 2 x-rays batteries are functional. Furthermore, the ES explained that the labor ward was not in good condition, had no bed sheet on the beds, absence of compound officers, dumped equipment which was donated 4 years ago, as well as dumped COVID-19 items donated to the facility. You are watching the Global News on Atlantic Television Network. After a short break, we go on for other stories.
ATN covers it all on ATN Politics today.
For inauguration of the President-elect Bassirou Diomaye Faye, a statement to Monday by his special advisor on media and publicity, Ajuri Ngelale, said President Tinubu, who is attending the event on the invitation of the Republic of Senegal, will return to Nigeria immediately after the ceremony. President Tinubu, who is a chairman of the ECOWAS Authority of Heads of State and Government, will join other regional leaders to witness the inauguration of the Minado Exhibition Center on Tuesday. The president will be accompanied on the trip by the Minister of Foreign Affairs, Ambassador Yusuf Maitama Tuga, and other senior government officials. He is expected to return to Nigeria after the conclusion of the inauguration. First Lady Oluremi Tinubu has advised Nigerian youth to expand their horizon and financial status by exploring the different programs of the government. She gave the advice on Monday while welcoming members and executives of the Youth Wing of Christian Association of Nigeria to the State House Abuja amidst the Easter celebrations. Tinubu received the association with the exchange of seasons, greetings and prayer that God would continually lead the nation and his youth to greater heights. She also encouraged the executives to involve female youth in their executive. Earlier, Yowika National Chairman Enwere Beluso Chukwu and solicited the support of Tinubu over the planned building of a National Resource Center for skill acquisition training for the youth. Amid worsening economic hardship and hunger, Peter Obi of the Labour Party has maintained that no religion, tribe or political party buys food cheaper in any market in Nigeria. Obi said Nigerians should join hands in moving the nation from consumption to production for the good of society. The former Anambra State governor gave the assertion in a post on his X handle on Monday. According to the former presidential candidate of the LP, Nigeria's many challenges as a nation could be conquered by a unit of efforts, collaboration and mutual respect. He called Nigerians to join hands in moving the nation from consumption to production for the good of society. North Central Caucus of the People's Democratic Party has stated that has started consultations among party leaders to produce a national chairman from the zone to complete the truncated tenure of Dr. Iyocha Ayu. This was sequel to the announcement of dates for the party's National Caucus and National Executive Committee in meetings scheduled to hold on April 17th and 18th, 2024. On Monday, that consultations among party leaders from the zone has reached an advanced stage. Some of the names being considered include former Senate President Bukola Saraki from Kwara State and Senator Gabriel Soswan from Ayu's native Benue State. The PDP in chairmanship position was zoned to the North Central ahead of the 2023 general election, and Ayu emerged unopposed. Ayu was chosen to replace Prince Uche Secondus. Chairman of the Economic and Financial Crimes Commission, EFCC, Ola Olukoyode, has vowed that no one involved in the economic or financial crimes would be spared by the commission. He disclosed this in Abuja at an anti-corruption concert organized to create greater awareness and public involvement in the fight against internet crimes. Olukoyede pointed to the strides being made since he assumed office a couple of months ago and reaffirmed his commitment to all-embracing, fully integrated war against corrupt practices. Non-teaching staff in the nation's public universities are set for an indefinite industrial action following the non-payment of their withheld salaries. The workers are under the aegis of the Senior Staff Association of Nigerian Universities, the National Association of Academic Technologists, and the Non-Academic Staff Union of Education and Allied Institutions. They are protesting the non-payment of their salaries withheld as a result of their strike in 2022. The non-teaching staff have 5.5 months salaries withheld by the administration of former President Muhammadu Buhari. President Bola Tinubu last October directed that 4 months salaries be paid university staff, but only teaching staff were paid last February, leaving non-teaching out. The non-teaching staff 2 weeks ago embarked on a warning strike to press home their demands. Speaking with newsmen, the national president of NAT, Comrade Ibeji, President Bola Tinubu last October directed that 4 months salaries be paid university staff, but only teaching staff were paid last February, leaving non-teaching out. The non-teaching staff 2 weeks ago embarked on a warning strike to press home their demands. Now, speaking with newsmen, the national president of NAT, Comrade Ibeji Nwokoma, said the House of Reps has waded into the matter. Indigenous people of Biafra has vehemently denied calling for protests in any part of the southeast. In a statement by its media and publicity, Secretary Ima Powerful Monday clarified that despite rumors of protests, they remained resolute in their pursuit of Biafra's independence and are not targeting any governor. The statement further said IPOB is focused on the restoration of Biafra independence as a sovereign nation and is not against or after any governor, and we are not interested in their political blackmail and propaganda. The group expressed disappointment in the actions of Enugu Governor Peter Mba, accusing him of attempting to destroy the indigenous people of Biafra in the state. They refuted the governor's claims linking individuals like Sunday Obodo and others to the movement, emphasizing that these individuals are not affiliated with IPOB. Now we are moving on to the business news. The federal government plans to adopt trucks and barges to transport crude oil to tackle pipeline vandalism. This was contained in a document by the Nigerian Upstream Petroleum Regulatory Commission on Stability in the Nigerian Energy Sector. Integrated strategies for infrastructure, transportation and security. NUPRC said the move was to avoid production deferment, losses and other undesirable consequences due to the pipeline disruption and outages. In November last year, the Nigeria Extractive Industry Transparency Initiative report disclosed that the country lost 4.3 trillion naira of crude oil, which had been stolen in 7,143 pipeline vandalism cases within 5 years. Nigerian Association of Chambers of Commerce, Industry, Mines and Agriculture is taking a cautious and analytical approach to the Central Bank of Nigeria's new guidelines on the recapitalization of banks in the country. In a statement on Monday, the association said it will engage with relevant stakeholders and awaits the complete policy frameworks released before formulating a comprehensive response. The statement addressing the CBN's directive to raise Tier 1 and Tier 2 banks' capital bases to 500 billion naira and 200 billion naira respectively. Nasima National President Dele Oye emphasized the need for prudence and thorough analysis given the policies shift significance within the banking sector and its potential macroeconomic implications. He acknowledged the importance of maintaining a robust banking system while expressing the association's inability to provide a comprehensive complementary without access to the full details and context surrounding the CBN's decision. The association added that it remains committed to engaging constructively with all relevant parties to facilitate a nuanced and informed discourse on the critical issue. At least 23 persons were killed during late March clashes between herders and farmers in a region of southern Chad that frequently sees similar land disputes. According to Chad's Communications Minister Abdulrahman Kolomala, the fighting was set off by the assassination of a nomadic Arab-speaking herder and raged between March 17 and 21 in 3 villages in the southern fertile region of Moyenchari. Relatives and clan members of the dead man, who are based in the Dara north of the country, led a punitive raid in the village they believed was responsible for the ambush that led to his death. The clashes, which lasted for 7 days and spread to 2 other villages, resulted in 9 deaths among the Arab elders and 14 from the local Sarakaba people, including 4 women and 2 children. The minister said calm had returned on Monday. Israeli army has finally withdrawn from Al-Shifa hospital in the city of Gaza 2 weeks after the start of its military operations there. According to Palestinian reports on Monday, the operation had caused severe destruction to the buildings of the largest medical complex in the Gaza Strip. Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu described the operation at Al-Shifa hospital on Sunday evening as a great success. More than 200 terrorists had been killed while hundreds surrendered, Netanyahu said. According to sources, the Palestinian Islamist organization Hamas has once again set up fighting and command positions in the extensive area after the Israeli military stormed the hospital in November. Russia's FSB security services has said that 4 people arrested on Sunday in 4 terror plot had provided money and arms for the deadly attack on a Moscow concert hall last month. More than 140 people were killed when gunmen stormed the Kharkov City Hall venue on March 22 before setting the building on fire, in the most fatal attack in Russia for 2 decades. The FSB said in a statement on Monday that it had arrested a group of 4 a day earlier in the southern Dagestan region who were directly involved in the financing and supply of terrorist means to the perpetrators of the terrorist attacks carried out on March 22 in the Kharkov city in Moscow. The FSB said Monday that 4 foreign citizens had been arrested in the operation in the regional capital and the nearby town of Kaspi. Russian authorities had previously announced the arrest of 12 people they say are connected to the attack, including the 4 suspected gunmen who have been identified as Tajik citizens. And now moving on to the entertainment news, Afrobeat superstar Davido has swiftly unfollowed record producer Rezi on Instagram after he stylishly shaded him with the Grammys. Rezi, who claimed he earned nominations for his productions credits on Burna Boy's Grammy-winning album Twice as Tall and Angelique Kidjo and Burna Boy's Grammy-nominated song Do Yourself, bragged during a Twitter banter with a fan on Sunday that he got a Grammy nomination before Davido. He further boasted that he got Grammy nominations without using sympathy or dancing with kids in uniform like Davido. His post did not sit down well with Davido, who immediately unfollowed him on social media. This is coming barely 3 weeks after Rezi revealed that Davido reached out to him when he was recently detained in Uganda. Prominent actress Buki Wright has made her long-awaited return to the film industry by starring in Nora Wallawar's Rizal Studios' upcoming blockbuster Red Circle. The thespian took a break from the industry over a decade. Red Circle is a feature-length film production that combines a fusion of seasoned veterans and current faces with diverse backgrounds and expertise, each cast member bringing a unique dynamic to the cinematic narrative that the studio calls unforgettable viewing experience. The movie was directed by A.K. Masson, an AMVK nominee, a VCA nominee, and produced by Nora Awolowo. It features Folu Storms, Timini Ebusin, Toby Bakare, Latif Ademeji, Chief Femi Branch, Omoumi Dada, Mike Afolari, Rogedi Baba, and Debo Macroni, and more. Billionaire businessman Elon Musk has been appointed as a new Chief Diversity, Equity and Inclusion Officer of American multinational mass media and entertainment conglomerate, the Walt Disney Company, commonly known as Disney. The Tulsa was announced this via his ex-handle on Monday. He expressed anticipation to work with the Disney team to redefine their content. Walt Disney is one of the world's leading producers and providers of the entertainment and information. Now we are moving on to sports news. United States of America men's under 19 national team coach of Nigeria descent Michael Nielsen has declared his interest in the vacant Super Eagles coaching job as the Nigeria Football Federation continues its search for a substantive coach. While addressing a news conference in Abuja on Monday, Nsien says with his qualification and experience, he remains the best man to succeed Jose Peroso as a Super Eagles coach. Nielsen is one of the contenders for the Super Eagles job, with ex-internationals Emmanuel Amuneke and George Findi, as well as other candidates, being mooted. The NFF advised the Super Eagles coaching jobs 2 weeks after Portuguese coach left the job on the expiration of his contract. Despite living abroad, Nsien, who hails from Eked in Akwa Ibom State, also believes he understands Nigerian football. Bay FC forward Assis Oshola will be the last player to arrive at Super Falcons camp ahead of the Friday's 2024 Olympic Games qualifier against the Bayan of South Africa. Oshola will arrive at camp on Thursday, a day before the first leg. The Super Falcons open camp for the two-legged contest on Sunday. Head coach Randy Wardrum is already in camp alongside the quartet of Rashidat Ajibade, Plumtree, Linda G. Walker, and Jumoke Alani. The Super Falcons will welcome Bayana to the Moshood Biola Stadium, Abuja, on Friday before both teams clash again in Pretoria 5 days later. The winner will join Brazil, Japan, and Spain in Group C at the Olympic Games in Paris in July and August. Leicester resurrected their bid for automatic promotion for the Premier League with a 3-win at home to Norwich on Monday. Victory at the King Power Stadium meant the Foxes returned to the top of English football's second-tier championship, if merely for a few hours before promotion rivals and Leeds are in action later in the day. Goals from Kieran Dobry Hall, Stevie Mavidi, and Jamie Vardy enabled Leicester to complete a comeback after Gabriel Sara's fourth goal in as many games gave Norwich the lead. Leicester have topped the table for much of the season, but Monday's success was just their third win in 8 championship games. Only the top 2 clubs at the end of the regular season are guaranteed automatic promotion to the Premier League, with Leicester now a point ahead of second place Ipswich and 2 clear of Leeds, currently in 3rd place. And that's it on the Global News tonight. Before we go, let's take a quick look at the major stories. River State police arrest a man for defiling minor. Although APC warns as parent against ill utterances. President Tinubu departs Abuja Tuesday. FG moves crude transport via trucks, barges. Russia arrests 4 suspects over Moscow attack. Bokeh Wright returns to Nollywood. Oshalatu arrives Super Falcons camp Thursday, and that's it on the news. I am Angel. Nkrumah, thanking you so very much for watching. You can also follow us on our social media handles on